We'll look at this. Our friend Travis has a total of $6,000 invested in two accounts. Now, the total amount of interest that he earns from the accounts in the first year is $410. So I know this is an interest problem. So I know this, that the interest you make is equal to the principal, the amount you invest, times the interest rate, times the amount of time that you leave it in, and that's in years. So this is in dollars. This is going to be a percentage, and years. Now, what do we have here? It says that the total amount of interest he earns is $410. All right, so the total amount of interest. All right, let me just write that down here. So the interest, how about if I write total? The interest total is $410. And that interest he gets from an account paying 6% and the other paying 8%. You know, here's what I know. I know that the total interest that you make depends on two things. The interest on the 6% account and the interest that you make on the 8% account. Right? As soon as it says total, I know I'm adding something up. So what is the total amount of interest that you make? Well, the total amount you make is the amount of interest that you get from the 6% account, and then add that to the amount of interest that you get on the 8% account. And now this I know is 410. So that 410 has to come from the addition of these two. Now this is at 6%, this is at 8%. So we need to find these two numbers right here. So we have two accounts. We've got one at 6%. How much in there? We don't know yet. And then one at 8%. How much in here? We don't know yet. But we can do this. What's the total amount? The total is $6,000. So that $6,000 is divided between these two accounts right here. So suppose, we don't know how much is in here. Why don't we just call it X for the time being, right? X is the unknown. So how much do we have in the 6%? X dollars. Now, how much for the 8%? We'll look at it this way. We started with $6,000. We withdrew X number of dollars, put it here. So the remaining amount has to go here. So how much is left over? You can get an idea here. What if this was what if this was $1,000? If this was 1,000, how much would go here? Well, you're thinking, well, 6,000 minus the 1,000 would be 5,000. What if this was 4,000? Then you're thinking, well, it would be the 6,000 minus the 4,000 would give us 2,000. So in general, if it's X number of dollars, how much goes here? It's the 6,000 minus X. So this is 6,000 minus X. So now I can get down here, I can get these two interest rates, these two interests, right? So how much interest do we get at 6%? So I come back up here. The interest is the principal times the rate times the time. Now this is for 1 year, right? We're just doing this in the first year. So in this case, T is just 1. So the 6% is going to be 6% of X number of dollars plus, and then at 8%, we'll get 8% of the 6,000 minus X dollars. Let's rewrite it. 410 is equal to 0.06X plus 0.08 times 6,000 minus X. Now I'm going to multiply by tenths, hundredths. Move that decimal point over 2 places, but you have to do it everywhere. Here, here, and here. So doing so, that will give us 410, and then move the decimal over 2 places, equals 6x plus, move it over 2, 8 times 6,000 minus x. How about 41,000 equals 6x plus, now multiply through. 6 times 8 is 48, and you've got 3 zeros, minus 8x. So this is 41,000 equals, now 6x minus 8x minus 2x plus 48,000. Let's subtract that 48,000 to isolate that x. So we'll have 41,000 minus 48,000. Well, 48 minus 41 is 7, but we're going negative here. So this is going to be negative $7,000 equals negative 2x. We'll divide by that negative 2. So negative 7,000 divided by negative 2, that's x. So negative negative is positive. This is 3,500. That's x. But this is a word problem, so follow it all the way back. What was x? So if you follow it all the way back, oh, there it is up there. What was x? Well, x is the amount invested at 6%. Now, right below it, I've got the amount at 8%. So go ahead and write this. I'm going to write it right here. It just keeps things, slows down a little bit, keeps things organized. So what is 6,000 minus x? Well, there's the x right there, right? So it's 6,000 minus 3,500. That's equal to 2,500. And that is the amount at, well, what was that? That 6,000 minus x, that was the amount at 8%. So let's summarize. I'll do this up here. So how much did we invest at 6%? Well, that was $3,500. And at 8%, that was $2,500.